সঙ্গে সুবিধা স্ট্রিমিং হচ্ছে না, মিটিং ইজ নাও স্ট্রিমিং অন ইউটিউব দেখাচ্ছে। আচ্ছা, তো এটা বলবো, তারপরে বলবো যে আমরা বিভিন্ন মানে আমরা প্রায় 200 পার্টিসিপেন্টস আছে আমাদের সঙ্গে এট প্রেজেন্ট, both in YouTube and in Zoom। তো আমরা সরাসরি উনার
এখনো শুরু হয়নি, এক সেকেন্ড।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা আচ্ছা
আমি
ঠিক
দিচ্ছি
আছে।
link।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
আচ্ছা ম্যাডাম, উনি বলছেন যে উনি ইংরেজিতে বলবে, একটু মাঝে সাঝে যেখানে বাংলা লাগবে সেখানে বাংলা
হ্যাঁ
বলবে।
অবশ্যই বাংলা বলবেন, অবশ্যই বাংলা বলবেন, কেন কি
মানে
এটা বাইলিঙ্গুয়াল তো,
আচ্ছা
এবং ইন্টারন্যাশনাল হলেও এটা বাইলিঙ্গুয়াল হবে।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা
এবং
সেটা
যেহেতু আমরা মূলত আমরা স্টুডেন্টসদের জন্য ফোকাস করছি যেহেতু,
ঠিক আছে, আমি ওনাকে রিকোয়েস্ট করব। উনি বললেন যে তোমরা তোমাদের দিক থেকে বলো, আর মানে যেহেতু প্রেজেন্টেশনটা ইংরেজিতে, উনি বাংলা বলতে পারে, কিন্তু মানে পুরোটা বাংলা বললে একটু ওনার অসুবিধা হবে, অনেকগুলো টার্মস আছে ইংরেজি।
একদম একদম একদম, সেটা তো অসুবিধা অবশ্যই।
হ্যাঁ, ইংরেজিতে বলে তারপরে যেই জায়গাগুলো হচ্ছে ক্রিটিক্যাল জায়গা, সেই জায়গাগুলো
বুঝিয়ে দেবেন
বাংলা একটু বলে।
বা কারোর কোনো ছাত্রীর যদি কোনো কোয়েশ্চেন থাকে, সেক্ষেত্রে ওরা ধরো বাংলায় করলো, উনি সেটাকে নিজের মতন করে হয়তো এক্সপ্লেন করলেন ইংরেজি বা বাংলায়।
আচ্ছা, কতক্ষণের টাইম, টোটাল টাইমটা কত?
উনি 1 ঘন্টা পাবেন, উনি 1 ঘন্টা বলুন।
আর স্টুডেন্ট কোশ্চেনিয়ার কতক্ষণ?
স্টুডেন্ট কোয়েশ্চেনিয়ার তুমি সেটা তখন তুমি নিয়ে তখন তুমি 10 মিনিটের মতন বলো যে কোনো স্টুডেন্ট তোমাদের যদি কোনো প্রশ্ন থাকে, বা if any participants have any question you can please put forward or you can write in chat box too।
আচ্ছা,
তো চ্যাট বক্সও তারা বলতে পারে, এতেও বলতে পারে। এবং
আচ্ছা, উনি বলছেন যে অতনু জানা বলে কেউ আছে, ওনাকে জয়েন করাতে একটু।
কিন্তু অতনু জানা বলে এখনো কেউ কিন্তু ওয়েটিং এ কি আছে দেখছি, দাঁড়াও। আচ্ছা, লিপিকা দি এখনো ঢোকেনি। আচ্ছা শোনো না, সায়ন পান্ডা কি তোমার কোথা?
হ্যাঁ আমাদের স্টুডেন্ট
না, আমি ওকে ঢোকাচ্ছি, তাহলে অ্যাডমিট করছি। করবো কি এখন? লিপিকা দি তো
না, এখন থাকুক।
আচ্ছা 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 ঠিক আছে।
আমি একবার ওই সুব্রতকে কল করে বলি যে
আচ্ছা, একটা লিংক পাঠিয়েছি, দেবস্ত্র স্যারকেও পাঠিয়েছি, ম্যাডাম আপনাকেও পাঠিয়েছি, একটু দেখুন তো বলে লাইভের লিংকটা।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা দেখছি। হ্যাঁ
এই চ্যাটে
হ্যাঁ দেখেছি, দাঁড়াও খুলি এটা আগে।
চ্যাটে মানে এই জিনিসটা কোথায় দেখতে পাবো?
চ্যাটটা তুমি দেখো, হচ্ছে ওই নিচে দেখো পার্টিসিপেন্টস আছে।
হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে,
তার পাশেই চ্যাট আছে।
বুঝতে পেরেছি। আচ্ছা, এটাকে কপি করে
ওই লিংকটা একটু খুলে দেখুন তো, ওটা লাইভটা দেখাচ্ছে কিনা।
দেখছি, এটা খুলছে, দাঁড়াও।
আচ্ছা, হ্যালো ভাই, জয়েন করে যা। হ্যালো, হ্যাঁ জয়েন করে যা ভাই। হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে, ওকে, থ্যাংক
ইউ। কাকে জয়েন করতে বলছেন, তাকে নিতে হবে, বলুন নামটা বলুন।
সুব্রত হাটি।
উনি এখনো আসেননি।
আচ্ছা,
আসবে।
লিপিকা দি তো সুবিধা লাইভ করে দিয়েছে, লাইভ হচ্ছে।
এবার এই লিংকটা একটু হোয়াটসঅ্যাপে পাঠালে ভালো হয়, তাহলে শেয়ার করতে।
তো তোমাকে দেব, তুমি আগে ভেতরে এসো, তুমি আগে এতে এসো, জুমে এসো। কখন আসবে? তোমাকে ইন্ট্রোডিউস।
সুব্রত হাটি।
আমি কাউকে নিইনি, তুমি।
হ্যাঁ সুব্রত হাটি।
দেখুন তো অ্যাডমিট করলাম, মিনি নাকি?
না আমি কোহোস্ট আছি, আছে তো আছে, আমরা সবাই আছি, তুমি এসো আগে।
ঠিক আছে, যাকে অ্যাডমিট করলাম।
হ্যাঁ
ঠিক আছে তো?
হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে, থ্যাংক ইউ।
তুমি এসো।
হাটি বন্ধু, কেমন আছিস?
কেমন আছিস?
এই ভালো।
ঠিক আছে।
এতজন হয়ে গেছে না, যে মানে আমাদের 100 জন লিমিট। আচ্ছা, ইউটিউবের হয়ে গেছে বুঝলি, তোর যদি কাউকে
লিংকটা আমাকে পাঠিয়ে দে, তাহলে আমি
লিংকটা পাঠিয়ে দিচ্ছি।
হ্যাঁ, একটু লিংকটা পাঠিয়ে দে, তাহলে আমি ওদেরকে দিয়ে দিলে কি হবে, ওরা ইউটিউব দিয়ে জয়েন করতে পারবে।
হ্যাঁ
ঠিক আছে।
ইনি হলেন আমাদের হোস্ট, মানে অর্গানাইজার শ্রীতমা ম্যাডাম।
নমস্তে ম্যাডাম।
আচ্ছা, উনি বলছেন যে একটু বাংলায় তুই একটু মানে যে বাইলিঙ্গুয়াল, একটু স্টুডেন্টদের একটু সুবিধা হবে, মানে
বাংলায় বলে ভালো হয় নাকি?
না, পুরোটা বাংলা দরকার নেই।
আপনি কন্টিনিউ করুন ইংরেজিতে, কোনো অসুবিধা নেই। হ্যাঁ, আমাদের যেহেতু অডিয়েন্স হচ্ছে একটা মিক্সড অডিয়েন্স, কেন কি বহু লোক ন্যাশনাল লেভেল থেকেও অনেকেই পার্টিসিপেট করেছে, এবং আমরা প্রাইমারিলি স্টুডেন্টসদের জন্য ফোকাস করেছিলাম, বাট লেটার অন যখন রেজিস্ট্রেশন পেয়েছি তখন অল ওভার ইন্ডিয়া থেকে সবাই করেছে। তো সেটা আপনি একটু মানে লাস্টে একটু স্টুডেন্টদের উদ্দেশ্যে একটু যদি এক্সপ্লেন করে দেন
হ্যাঁ, না না
বাংলাতে।
কোনো অসুবিধা নেই।
আদার দেন দ্যাট আপনি মানে যেভাবে বলতে পার মানে কমফোর্টেবল বলুন। আর লাস্টে যখন কোয়েশ্চেন্স যদি কেউ বাংলাতে করে সেটা
হ্যাঁ
করতে
হ্যাঁ
পারবে।
কোনো অসুবিধা নেই,
ঠিক আছে।
কোনো অসুবিধা নেই।
আমি এখনো কাউকে নিচ্ছি না অ্যাকচুয়ালি, বুঝলে দেবশ্রী?
ম্যাডাম আমি বেরিয়ে গিয়ে
হ্যাঁ
ম্যাডাম
হ্যাঁ
আমি একটু বেরিয়ে গিয়ে দেখছি যে স্ট্রিমিংটা বন্ধ হচ্ছে না, কন্টিনিউ থাকছে। হ্যাঁ
আচ্ছা ঠিক
আচ্ছা
আছে।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা সুবীরদা, একবার হচ্ছে তুমি একটু হোয়াটসঅ্যাপে ওই লিংকটা পাঠিয়ে একটু।
দাঁড়াও আমি
হ্যাঁ,
হোয়াটসঅ্যাপে পাঠাচ্ছি, একটা মিনিট, আমি এক্ষুনি হোয়াটসঅ্যাপে পাঠাচ্ছি। হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ ওয়েবটা করতে
দিচ্ছি
হবে।
1 সেকেন্ডের জন্য।
সুবিধা তুমি আমাদের ওই যে ওয়েবিনার গ্রুপটাতে দিয়ে দাও, তাহলে সুবিধা হবে। আমাকে আবার
আচ্ছা পেয়ে গেছি
ভিডিও করছি। ওটা দিলাম আমার মিটিং আছে। না না আমি এমনি বেরিয়ে যাবো। আমি জাস্ট একটা জিনিস টেস্ট করবো যে লাইভ করে দিচ্ছি, আমার তার কোনো কাজ নাই। আমি একদম বেরিয়ে যাবো, দিলে লাইভটা কন্টিনিউ হচ্ছে কিনা আমি সেটা দেখবো।
তাহলে এসছো?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ এসছি
তুমি ক্রস করে দিই নাকি?
এসছি, আমি তোমাকে ওটা পাঠিয়ে দিচ্ছি গো, ওই
লিভ মিটিং।
মেলটা।
ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে, ওটা তুমিও অ্যাড করতে পারবে, আমি তোমাকে করছি, দাঁড়াও। লিপিকা দিকে পাঠালাম, লিপিকা দিকে ঢুকতে বলছি, বুঝলে? যতক্ষণ না লিপিকা দি ঢুকছে ততক্ষণ আমি স্টার্ট করছি না।
হোস্ট করে ম্যাডাম আপনাকে হোস্ট করে দিয়েছি।
আচ্ছা করেছো? আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
ঠিক আছে।
এবার আমি বেরিয়ে
তাহলে
গিয়ে দেখি যে লেভেলটা চলছে কিনা।
একদম 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 সোহেলি, আমি তোমাকে কো-হোস্ট করছি। হ্যাঁ,
হ্যাঁ
তুমি
ঠিক আছে।
একটু দেখে দেখে স্টুডেন্টদেরকে একটু এন্ট্রি দিও, কেন কি আমাদের যেহেতু 100 লিমিটেশনস, আগে কলেজের স্টুডেন্টকে দাও, তারপরে একটু বুঝে বুঝে আর কি দিও।
আমি এটা একটু তোমাকে পাঠিয়েছি, তাও একটু পাঠাতে
পাঠাও, আমি তোমাকে এই কো-হোস্ট করলাম, না হলে প্রচুর আমরা নিতে পারবো না, সামলাতে পারবো না। আচ্ছা করেছো? আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে।
এবার আমি বেরিয়ে গিয়ে দেখি যে লেভেলটা চলছে কিনা।
একদম 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 সোহেলি, আমি তোমাকে কো-হোস্ট করছি। এটা ইকো হচ্ছে।
হ্যাঁ 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 ইউটিউব।
আচ্ছা 100 লিমিটেশনস, আগে কলেজের স্টুডেন্টকে দাও, তারপরে একটু বুঝে বুঝে আর কি দিও। লিপিকা দি ঢুকলে লিপিকা দিকে বলবো ইন্ট্রোডিউস করে স্টার্ট করে দিতে। তোমাকে এই কো-হোস্ট করলাম, না হলে আমরা নিতে পারবো না, সামলাতে পারবো না।
আচ্ছা তোমাকে আমি ইয়ে করছি এবার।
এটা ইকো হচ্ছে।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
এটা ইকো হচ্ছে।
আচ্ছা শ্রীতমা ফিল, ঠিক আছে, ওখানে পাঠাচ্ছি।
একদম। লিপিকা দি ঢুকলে লিপিকা দিকে বলবো ইন্ট্রোডিউস করে স্টার্ট করে দিতে।
আজকে 24 তারিখ তো, নাও দেখো তো, আমি তোমাকে পাঠালাম।
কোথায় পাঠালে?
শ্রীতমা ফিল।
মেল করেছো এখনই?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ এই মাত্র মেল করেছি।
ঠিক আছে, তুমি এখন দেখে দেখে না। আচ্ছা কোনো কিছু আমরা স্ক্রিন শেয়ারিং কিছু আছে, তুমি চালাতে পারবে? স্ক্রিন শেয়ারিংটা একটু চালিয়ে যতক্ষণ না লিপিকা দিয়ে আসছে ততক্ষণ একটু তো এই যে আমাদের ভিডিও গুলো একটু চালিয়ে তুমি ওদেরকে, যেমন 18 জন এখন ওয়েটিং এ আছে,
হ্যাঁ
তুমি
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
আস্তে আস্তে এই তো লিপিকা দিকে আমি ইন করাচ্ছি। হ্যাঁ
হ্যাঁ লিস্টটা একটু দেখিয়ে কি ওদেরকে ইন করাতে হবে।
হ্যাঁ লিস্টটা তো তোমার কাছে আছে, ওই লিস্টটা দেখে
আমি তোমাকে পাঠালাম। হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
আমিও দেখছি।
আচ্ছা প্রভা লোহার।
লিপিকা দি ঢুকেছো? আনমিউট করো।
আমাকে নামটা বললে আমি মোটামুটি চিনতে পারবো তো আমাদের স্টুডেন্টরা, তাহলে আমি বলে দিতে
গুড
পারবো।
ইভিনিং। গুড
হ্যাঁ
ইভিনিং
হ্যাঁ
ম্যাডাম।
হ্যাঁ বলছি, 1 মিনিট বলছি।
আচ্ছা এই তো
আচ্ছা আমি নামগুলো বলে দিচ্ছি। প্রভা লোহার, সুমিত্রা সালাম, সঞ্জয় সরকার, স্বর্ণা, ডক্টর রবীন্দ্র ঘাড়পুরে, তানাজি হাটাকার, মিস্টার অঞ্জন মাইতি, সায়ন
আচ্ছা,
পান্ডা।
হ্যাঁ সায়ন পান্ডা
100 জন
করবো তাই তো?
আমাদের
সায়ন
student,
পান্ডা।
student,
আচ্ছা
হ্যাঁ, আমাদের
অ্যাডমিট
student।
করলাম। আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, দে পুলক রঞ্জন।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ অ্যাডমিট করে দিন।
আচ্ছা, তারপরে হচ্ছে রৌনক রাফাত, সঙ্গীতা সেন, জয়শ্রী
হ্যাঁ
প্রসাদ।
সঙ্গীতা সেন আমাদের স্টুডেন্ট।
সঙ্গীতা সেন, আচ্ছা আচ্ছা। শ্রেয়সী রয়, বিশ্বজিৎ দাস।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ শ্রেয়সী,
বিশ্বজিৎ দাস,
হ্যাঁ
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে। মৌসুমী সেনাপতি,
তো জানি না এটা।
আচ্ছা। দীপশিখা,
হ্যাঁ দীপশিখা পান্ডা।
শুধু দীপশিখা লেখা আছে,
হ্যাঁ তাই
ওই
হবে।
হবে মনে হয়।
হ্যাঁ,
আচ্ছা, রত্না পান্ডা,
এটা জানি না।
আচ্ছা। একজন তো আসুস বলে আছে। আচ্ছা, সবাইকে একটু কাইন্ডলি রিকোয়েস্ট করা হচ্ছে, আপনারা সবাই একটু মিউট করে রাখুন, হ্যাঁ। পার্টিসিপেন্টস আর রিকোয়েস্টেড টু মিউট দেয়ার অডিও। থ্যাংক ইউ। ডক্টর বলিরাম চৌহান। আচ্ছা, আমি নামগুলো দেখে একটু দেখছি। আচ্ছা, বিশ্বজিৎ দাসকে তো করা হয়েছে। সুমিত্রা সালেম,
হ্যাঁ ভাই তোকে লিঙ্কটা পাঠিয়ে দিয়েছি, একবার শেয়ার।
বাবা, তো অনেকেই আছে যারা কিন্তু অ্যাকচুয়ালি তানাজি, ডক্টর রবীন্দ্র ঘরপুরে, এরা এই লিস্টে নেই।
হ্যাঁ, ঠিক আছে দেখা যাক, যতক্ষণে মানে শুরু হবে ততক্ষণে যারা।
আমাদের যিনি স্পিকার উনি কি এসেছেন?
আমি আমি জয়েন করেছি।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, নমস্কার নমস্কার।
নমস্তে নমস্তে নমস্তে।
হ্যাঁ, আচ্ছা। মৃণাল মাইতি, সঞ্জয় সরকার, দেবস্তোত্রটা। দেবস্তোত্রদা, মৌসুমী সেনাপতি কি আমাদের স্টুডেন্ট? স্টুডেন্ট আমাদের। লিপিকা দি, আপনি জয়েন করেছেন?
করেছি। সাউন্ড কি শুনতে পাচ্ছো?
হ্যাঁ
শুনতে
হ্যাঁ
পাচ্ছি।
একদম শোনা যাচ্ছে, একদম শোনা যাচ্ছে।
নমস্কার ডক্টর হাতি।
নমস্কার 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 ম্যাডাম।
হ্যাঁ, আমরা শুরু করি তাহলে।
হ্যাঁ নিশ্চয়ই।
দুজন আরেকটু জয়েন করে যাক নাকি পার্টিসিপেন্টরা?
জয়েন করিয়ে দাও, মাত্র
Join
16 জন
করছে।
জয়েন করেছে। হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ।
আচ্ছা, আমি যারা লিংক চাইছেন এবার আমি তাদেরকে ইউটিউব লিংকটা দিচ্ছি, ঠিক আছে?
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা।
কতজন ওয়েটিং এ আছেন একটু দেখে নাও।
এই মুহূর্তে এখন 6 জন ওয়েটিং এ আছে।
তাহলে যারা হোয়াটসঅ্যাপে চাইছেন লিংক ওদেরকে দেবো?
হ্যাঁ আপনি দিন, কারণ মানে সবাইকে আমি জয়েন করিয়ে নিয়েছি, এখন 5 জনে আছে ওয়েটিং, আমি জয়েন করিয়ে নিচ্ছি। এই মুহূর্তে এখনো আর কেউ নেই ওয়েটিং এ। We have total 30
যারা
participants.
চাইছেন আমি লিংক তাদের দিচ্ছি।
একদম একদম।
कल बात करेंगे।
हेलो
হ্যালো।
मैडम
হ্যাঁ আপনি পার্টিসিপেন্ট তো স্যার?
yes yes yes
আচ্ছা
ma'am.
স্যার, I would like to request you to kindly mute your audio.
Okay no I want to inform your college which state madam?
It's in the state of West Bengal.
West Bengal. Okay thank you.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
দু একজন যারা লিংক চাইছেন আমি পাঠালাম।
হ্যাঁ অ্যাবসলিউটলি লিপিকা দি, আমি এখানে এই জায়গাটা নজর রাখছি, মানে আপনি কিন্তু প্রসিড করতে পারেন, অসুবিধা নেই।
33।
হ্যাঁ 33
সুব্রত বাবু,
পার্টিসিপেন্ট।
আমার মনে হয় স্টার্ট করে দিন লিপিকা দি।
সুব্রত বাবু বলছি আমরা কি শুরু করব? 33 পার্টিসিপেন্ট আই থিংক হয়ে যাবে পুরো, মানে আমাদের উই হ্যাভ উইথ আস 268 পার্টিসিপেন্ট।
I think we should start because it's already 5 and we should go by the time.
हाँ, because it will take at least 1 hour more to finish all this.
Exactly.
And in between, someone is if interested, they can join.
Exactly.
Okay, so now I'm sharing with you the screen. So good evening, everyone. First of all, I am very much thankful to Dr. Devastatra. He is my classmate from BTech to Masters, and till now we are in a good friend. He is in college. Yeah.
After brief introduction for this webinar series, because there is no actually inaugural part.
Yeah.
We have taken little bit time to for our inaugural part for 1-2 line.
Yeah.
After that you can start. Sritama?
Yeah, can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Please start.
Oh, yeah. Okay. First of all, a warm welcome to our guest and to all the participants. I welcome all of you to the 7-day international webinar series on addressing multiple jeopardies in the era of pandemic 2020. So this is a 7-day international webinar series program, and it is a special lecture program series. And in this series, we have 9 lecture sessions. Every day we will be having this. Today we shall begin with our first lecture session, and we are very pleased to have with us Dr. Subroto Hati, who is an assistant professor in the Department of Dairy Microbiology, SMC College of Dairy Science, Anand Agricultural University, Anand, Gujarat. And this lecture session 1 is organized by the Internal Quality Assurance Cell of Bilda College and the NSS unit of Bilda College, West Bengal. May I request all the participants to please mute? Yeah. Now, due to some unfortunate reasons, our principal sir couldn't join us right now, but he will be joining us very soon, as he assured us. And he has sent his best wishes to all of us. And only with his kind permission and also with the permission of our IQAC coordinator, Dr. Rashid Panda, we will begin the program. May I now request Dr. Lipika Mondol to kindly say a few words.
Thank you, Sritama. In our 7-day international webinar series, addressing multiple jeopardies in the era of pandemic 2020, we have already completed one e-conference, that is EcoExist 2020, specifically on the topic of COVID-19 and sustainability. And this is our next program, that is the 7-day international webinar series. In this series, this lecture series, special lecture series, is organized by IQAC Bilda College and NSS. We have 3 units of NSS, that is National Service Scheme. 300 members or 300 volunteers of these 3 units are actually, they are representing from different departments of our college. So Dr. Hati, the topic of Dr. Hati is food and immune boosting functional foods. That is very important in this pandemic situation, because we are very much afraid. What can I do? We have no medicine and we have no vaccine. So for that reason, we are very much panicked regarding this COVID-19. So highlighting COVID-19, and in at present, in few days before, we are already experienced very much cyclonic storm, devastating storm, that is Amphoon also. So we are jointly attacked by both 2 hazards, that is one from anthropogenic side, that is the COVID-19, and one is natural, that is Amphoon. We are very much devastated, we are very much exhausted by this situation, in this situation, that is the pandemic situation. In this situation, we are very much needed to inform ourselves, that is the what will be our food habits, what can you do, what will you take, etc. So from our institution, from IQC and from NSS Bilda College, our heartiest welcome to Dr. Dr. Subroto Hati, Assistant Professor, Department of Dairy Microbiology, SMC College of Dairy Science, Anand Agricultural University, Anand, Gujarat. Very warm welcome and good afternoon, Dr. Anand Hati. I handed over to Dr. Devasrata Poddar, Assistant Professor, Department of Nutrition. Devasrata, can you hear me? Devasrata?
Devasrata, are you there?
Mute yourself, Devasrata.
Okay.
Kindly unmute, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please introduce Dr. Anand Hati.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Lipika. Good afternoon, all. I welcome all the attendees today for today's webinar on immune boosting functional foods by Dr. Subroto Hati. I welcome Dr. Subroto Hati and thank him for taking his time out of his busy schedule to share his knowledge on functional foods with our attendees. Our speaker today, Dr. Subroto Hati, did his BTech from West Bengal University of Animal and Fishery Sciences. Further, he did his Master's and PhD from Dairy Microbiology Division of NDRI. Currently, he is working as Assistant Professor, Department of Dairy Microbiology. He has received several awards and accolades, and both national and international level. Many of the people who are working in the field of probiotics they always refer his write-ups. So he has received Young Scientist Award from Indian Science Congress, and he is also the organizing secretary of SASNet, and he has authored more than 50 international publications and have edited several books on probiotics and functional foods. I thank him for taking his time out and being with us, and we will learn more about functional foods from him. There is a small request from the organizer that because we have some students, so probably some of the part Dr. Hati may explain little bit on Bengali in the
Yeah.
end. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
Devasthita.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Lipika Monnal. Thanks to you. I thank Devasthita also for beautifully introducing our speaker. So, Dr. Subrata Hati, the platform is open for you now.
Okay, thank you all. A very good evening to all of you. Now I just shared the screen first. Yeah, it is visible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So as Devasthita and the organizers requested me to speak a few words whenever possible in Bengali, I must try, because my mother tongue is Bengali, so I don't have any kind of difficulty to explain it for the benefit of the students as well as the attendees. So I'll talk about the immune boosting functional foods. As one of your organizer has already explained that we are passing through a very pandemic stage, and most of the peoples in the world that they are facing the problem of immunity because you know that there is no medicine at all. So you have to be dependent on the foods or your lifestyles through which you can keep your immunity high. So basically last I can say 3 decades we are working on probiotics and functional foods in our laboratory in SMC College of Dairy Science. It is under Anand Agriculture University, Anand, Gujarat. So in my title slide, you can see that there is a pink color lines are there, words are there. The words is billionaire day keeps doctor away. All of you have the idea that if you take apple, আমরা যদি একটা করে অ্যাপেল ডেইলি খাই তাহলে আমাদের ডক্টরের কাছে যেতে হয় না। So the similar way, the probiotics playing a very important role in your gut. If you take the probiotics, what are the probiotics, how they will benefit, that I will discuss one by one. And at the end of the sessions, you will be really get benefited why it is so important to today's life. So billionaire day keeps doctor away means if you take the probiotics or functional foods enriched with different probiotics bacteria, they will maintain your gut, and your gut is related to control everything, even brain. The persons who are in other fields, they are correlating the gut flora. They are giving some neurotransmitters, they are producing some compounds which are acting as a neurotransmitter like dopamine, or they are producing some gamma aminobutyric acids. They are the neurotransmitters, and they are connecting your brain and making you happy. So the gut flora has a very powerful systems to control your entire gut as well as the mind and body systems. So I'll discuss one by one everything, and then you will have some idea about the probiotics and functional foods. So first, let us recognize our responsibility. Why? Because all over the world we are facing the problem of COVID-19 pandemic, and all fertile brains from different sections of the society are contributing to combat this virus. And medical and pharmaceutical peoples are more responsible because they are busy with finding some vaccines, drugs, or other kind of medicines, because the peoples are always demanding this kind of magic bullets so that we can be overcome these kind of situations. But as a food scientist or a food technologist, we should also understand our responsibility, and we can help the society to fight this pandemic by developing a food which have the functionalities to boost our immunity high. And the situation warrants that we develop processes and products that indirectly fight against such invasions and also act as a protective measures for the humans to stay healthy. So this is the role of a food technologist, that we can formulate a product. That product is have a not we are not saying that it is a drug, but the product will help you to keep your immunity high, and they will give some kind of fight against these kind of viruses. So let us work on a strategy to develop novel foods that help the boost immunity and also balance our nutritional requirements. This will be real service to the food industry and to the consumers as well. So this is the responsibility of our us from our side, that we should develop, and what are the foods we are basically consuming, what are those foods having this kind of nutrients which we require for keeping our immunity high. So nowadays we are following the government guidelines, and the government is giving day by day different kinds of the informations that how you should practice your day-to-day life, because these coronaviruses are everywhere now, and they are giving a different kinds of information for the good practices of the community. So they said that you take the chavan grass. Chavan grass is one kind of multifunctional compounds are there. So you can, those who are having some kind of problems of immunity, they may take that one. But I will never advise that those are really healthy, they should not take it. But if the people think that I am feeling some kind of I have low immunity, or I'm having some kind of disease like what can I say, the seasonal flu or seasonal kind of suffering, so they can take this kind of multifunctional compounds formulated product. And they also say that you can take herbal tea. These are not a new one, but the thing is that if you take this one, the product are rich with some compounds. If you take the tea is rich with some flavonoids. So that kind of flavonoids are highly antioxidant. So you know that most of the cancer related problems, or more of the peoples who are having already corona positive, they are suffering from different kinds of other diseases because of the oxidative stress. Because if you are consume some antioxidant, then there will be a little bit chances to enhance the oxidative stress in your systems. So the foods which are very rich with antioxidants, even people are saying that you can take the vitamin C rich foods like oranges or other fruits which are really rich with vitamin C. And recently in Anand, because in Anand you may have heard that this is the city of milk city of India. So here we are very close to the Amul, our next door, our very never very nearer neighbor is Amul. So they have launched the Haldi Doodh, and this doodh means the milk added with haldi added, and because haldi have different functional attributes, like they have antioxidant, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory properties, and they will help you to keep your immunity high. And it is available, I think, all over the country. They have, but the price may be a bit high, but it is there, and they have just launched because of the demand of the consumers during this pandemic era. Now I was giving a introduction of these things, but Chinese scientists, the you know that this COVID-19 is coming basically till now people are saying that it is coming from Wuhan city of China, and the Chinese peoples, they said that COVID-19 patients, they have done a lot of works, and they said that probiotics have a very good role to control or to keep your immunity high, because they produce a lot of metabolites in your intestines, and that intestines, that metabolites are playing to prevent or to fight against these viruses. So they a study very well by the COVID-19 patient in China, they showed that intestinal microbial dysbiosis or secondary gut dysfunction. So those the peoples who are suffering from the corona, they have studied that their natural flora is being disturbed. So the good flora is getting lesser compared to the healthy one. So there is a chances that the bacteria is also getting affected. Means bacteria means good bacteria which are helping you to for your digestions, for your immunity, providing immunity. So China's National Health Commission and National Administration of Traditional Chinese Medicine, they recommended probiotics for the COVID-19 patient, even though there is no clinical evidence. Means they have not given any clinical trial, but they thought that when they have collected the fecal samples from the corona positive patients, and they have analyzed the entire metagenomic analysis of the fecal samples, and they found it that the good bacteria, though the Firmicutes or the lactic acid bacteria, the composition of the entire metagenome, they found it the percentage of lactic acid bacteria is getting disturbed. Their now counts are coming down. So they are giving the more kind of lactic acid bacteria or the firmicutes, because they will help you in the digestions, and from the digestion you will get the energy out of it, and it will be beneficial for you. According to them, probiotics may be used to maintain the balance of intestinal microflora and prevent the secondary bacterial infection. This is a very important story of the COVID-19. A few days back, I got one video from my friend that the people's mean the pathologist of Italy, they said that it is not a viral infection, it is a bacterial infection. Why they are saying it is not a viral infection, it is a bacterial infection? Because the secondary infection is too high, that you cannot imagine that the bacteria can do a high detrimental effect than the viruses, because the viruses make a very good kind of environment for the bad bacteria, and they are getting influenced because of the a very good or very comfortable environment or in the gut or in the body. So they are causing different kinds of infections. So that's why they said it is there is a huge chances that the bacterial infection is coming. And this means that foods and food ingredients that contain probiotics in particular, or a healthy bacteria in general, may be consumed via food. So we can deliver the probiotics through food matrices. Maybe it is a fermented milk, maybe it is a fermented food, because you will get food along with the probiotics and their metabolites, which will help you out from these kind of problems. Next is the food, how this immunity is coming. So when you will take the food, they will pass through the GI tract. GI means gastrointestinal tract, and the gastrointestinal tract has the largest surface area from where the food is absorbed. Basically, food is absorbed in the intestine, and also the mucosal immunity is produced. Means I'll discuss on how the immunity is being boosted when you will take the foods. And gut microbiota, they basically regulates the innate and adaptive immunity through the homeostasis process. So here the role of a gut microbiota is very, very important, because whenever you will consume foods, just I can take one example that our hearts never take rest. You may take rest in the night, but your heart never takes rest as you live longer. The same thing for the bacteria. Bacteria doesn't take rest. They are working day and night to digest your foods, whatever the complicated foods you are consuming. They are making it digested for you. So they are not taking any rest, and they are giving you and supporting you for your lifelong healthy life. So how the foods provide immunity? So here the role of the foods will be very clear if you follow me. The foods contain different kinds of nutrients, and mostly all the nutrients are absorbed in the intestine and converted into the bioactive compounds, and these activates the mucosal immunity and produces several types of antibodies, which reaches to the all vital organs through circulatory system in the blood. And vitamins D, A, C, and minerals, zinc, iron, and magnesium, and some peptides also produced from the protein of the food, and the protein will get hydrolyzed, and they produce different peptides, and peptides has numerous roles, and they act as a catalyst to trigger cellular immunity and increase the activities of NK cells and macrophages, B cells. Figure here, foods or the probiotics and the prebiotics and prebiotics, they basically comes along with your food, and they comes to the very nearer to the epithelial cell line of the and they through this intestinal border, and when they enter, they activate the different antibody producing system in our intestinal cell. So these are the different anti-inflammatory or pro-inflammatory substances they are producing. Even some metabolites produced by the probiotics and other bacteria that also come inside the intestinal epithelial cell lines, and they also activate the macrophages and natural killer cell lines, and they control your entire immune systems. And even these pro anti-inflammatory and pro-inflammatory substances also comes to your blood, and these antibodies which are produced through this way, they also circulate through the blood and reach every of your organ, and they give immunity boosting to the organ also, if your organs are getting infected with these kind of viruses and other bacteria. So fermented foods are basically reached with probiotics and prebiotics, and they are giving the immunity. So fermented foods containing healthy lactic acid bacteria and bioactive compounds, they produce as a result of fermentation, and they contribute largely to the strengthening of the gut immunity. And several types of traditional fermented foods which are very popular in our country as well as the outside the country, and they can be standardized and produced in the larger scale for the benefit of the consumers. Even the fermented foods can be produced by adding with milk or fruits or vegetables, legumes, cereals, roots, fish, even meats. So those, if you visit the northeastern part of our country, means the Nagaland or Manipur and other places in the northeast, because I used to visit the Meghalaya, in Meghalaya in the Garo Hills and tribal. There is a Garo and Khasi and Jaintia. So we have a one collaborative project with them, and we have visited these so many tribal areas in the Meghalaya, and we have found it that the most of the foods they are consuming are fermented. It may be a fermented product, fermented rice, fermented meat also. So they even fermented fish. So they are consuming lot of fermented foods. The history of concept. So, first, at the start of the 20th century, the Russian Nobel Prize winner Elie Mechnikov, he is a Nobel laureate, and he first conceptualized the probiotic. How he did it? He has observed that the Bulgarian peoples, they are living longer than the other communities. Then he thought that how they are living a very healthy life than the other communities, and then he studied their food habits, that what kind of foods they are consuming daily, and he found out that their food is enriched with some acid producing bacteria in the fermented milk or any kind of fermented foods. And he found that the acid producing bacteria has some important role to give them the extra immunity. That's why they are living more a bit longer than the other communities. So he first conceptualized that the bacteria has a very good role who are producing acid. In 1930s, Minoru Shirota, he first isolated one bacteria. This is called Lactobacillus casei shirota, and he commercialized the bacteria in a product form like Yakult. And you know, I think all of you have tasted Yakult available. That Yakult is a fermented Lactobacillus casei shirota. So the Minoru Shirota, the Japanese scientist, he first commercialized the product, and he signifies the importance of probiotics, and he has published a lot of papers on different evidences, because the probiotics is required to if you say it is a probiotic bacteria, you have to do a lot of clinical studies, and you have to prove it. Otherwise it is not possible at all to say that these bacteria is probiotics. And 1965, Lilly and Stilwell, they said the probiotics, means they conceptualized, they give the name of the probiotics. So if you see the timeline of the probiotics, that how it moves, in 1857, Louis Pasteur, he first said that the lactobacillus has a beneficial roles, and they are doing wonders job when we are consuming through different foods. And Joseph Lister, in 1878, he first isolated and purified the lactobacillus. And in 1899, Henry Teaser, he also isolated bifidobacter. This is another powerful probiotics. And I just told you that what Elie Mechnikov has done, he has given the concept of probiotics, because he has given the very clear-cut picture of the Bulgarian peoples, how they are living longer. And 1930, the wonder comes to the commercial level by the work of Dr. Minoru Shirota. One strain can do a very wonderful job, and mostly this product is acceptable everywhere in the world, because that products are giving lot of benefits to the consumers. And I know that those who are consuming daily, they're getting benefit of it, because they are not taking after a few days, because they're taking continuously throughout the year, because they're getting the benefits. this is the definition of the probiotics. So the probiotics basically it was they have given FAO and WHO in 2011, they have given the definitions of the probiotics that live microorganisms which when administered in adequate amounts they confer a health benefits on the host. So that was the definition given in 2011. But just 1 year back, it is a International Society for Probiotics and Prebiotics. In ISAP, if you visit their site, you can see that a lot of scientists are working the probiotics, but the change is very minor in the grammatical to make this definition a very complete sense. They have only changed the which with that. They said the definition should be live microorganisms that when administered in adequate amounts confer a health benefit on the host. So they have just changed the grammatical word, they're replacing the which with that, and there is a complete sense of the definition of the probiotics. It is just changed by the ISAP, and now this definition is accepted all over the world. Next is the why we need the probiotics. As I have already told that they are giving the immunity to you, but other factors are also responsible in our day-to-day life. That the first one is the antibiotics and other drugs intake. So when your doctors prescribe some antibiotics for any kind of bacterial infections, that antibiotics reach to your system, means your gut, and they kill all the organisms. Might be it's a gram positive or it's a gram negative, it's a good or it's a bad bacteria, but they will kill abruptly to all the bacteria, and they will disturb your natural flora present in the gut systems. And if you have some microbial infections, means some pathogenic bacteria like Salmonella, Shigella, they also predominate in the gut, and they can also give some infections, and they also disturb the natural flora. Or you can, or if you are taking the highly processed foods which are having very low amount of fiber, so they also help the other bad bacteria to grow and predominate. So again, your intestinal systems will get disturbed. Even if you have a chronic diarrhea, means some kind of pathogens who cause this kind of disease, they also disturb your natural flora or cause a dysbiosis in your gut system. And if you have some stress or tensions in your lifestyle, so that also have some relation to your gut, and your good bacteria will not be able to predominate. So on that time you will face some kind of problems. So excuse me, I was just thinking that in 2000, I was just going through the papers, and I seen that in 2018 there are sorry. Oh, sorry. Yeah. In 2018, there are 4,900 papers published on probiotics and gut microbiota. So you can see that the people all over the world, they are doing an extensive research on the probiotics, and they are correlating probiotics with any kind of things which are going through the human being. When the baby borns, from baby borns to the people who are very age older, and they have different kind of complications, and now the probiotics and the gut flora are linked with this disease and how they can be mitigated. That kind of research are going on. So I have seen the scope of near future for the probiotics and gut flora. So in 1 year they are published 4,900 papers. So you can imagine the scope of the probiotics, how it is being explored all over the world. And you know, the human gut contains around 100 trillion bacteria, maybe a good or bad. And I have read that if you take the weight of this 100 trillion bacteria, it would be nearer to 3 to 3.5 kilograms for an adult. So you can see that how much bacteria controlling your system. So when there is a imbalance of intestinal microflora, so what kind of suffocation you will have? It is because of you have a poor nutritional response, reduce the efficacy of the medications, physiological dysfunctions, accelerate the aging process, and also they can proliferate or you can be suffering from some kinds of very chronic disease like cancer or tumors. and also you will suffer from some immunocompromised systems, or they will reduce your immunity, and you will suffer from some kind of disease, and also the physical discomfort. So you see that if you have any kind of dysbiosis in your gut system, so these are the problems you will face during your day-to-day life. So now the question is that who will give this kind of benefits, or who will fight for us? So the probiotic, how will you say it is a probiotic? So there are some tests prescribed by the ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research, and Department of Biotechnology, New Delhi. They have prescribed a 6 battery tests, that through which if that organism passes, then we can say it's a probiotic. So I will discuss also the what are the tests you have to do it. So first is the safety, because at the end of the day you will consume the bacteria through food, so your bacteria should be safe. So first you have to do this safety tests, that bacteria should not contain any kind of pathogenic islands, means they should not cause any kind of disease. So safety is the first one. Then origin, means from where you are extracting or isolating those bacteria. It's from the foods, or it's from the other sources, like you can say the fecal matters, or the breast milks. So where the lactic acid bacteria are there, you can also you have to be very careful about the source from where you can isolate them. And the functional aspects, then you have to study that what kind of functions they basically contribute when you will use in the foods. And the survivability, this is another important part of a probiotic test. Survivability means when you will consume through foods, they pass through different survival, different GI sections, like stomach. They will enter into the stomach, and you know the pH of the stomach, it is nearer to 2. So the bacteria has to be survived, or they have to be tolerate this low pH, and then they will go to the intestine, smaller intestine, largest intestine, and colon. So when they will pass through these organs, they are rich with bile salts, they are rich with different kinds of enzymes. Those enzymes are highly proteolytic, lipolytic. So your bacteria has to be so active and physiologically so active that they can tolerate these kind of complicated systems. Adherence and colonization, this is another important functions that your bacteria should have, because when they will reach to your intestine, they have to be colonized there. They have to be adhere in the intestinal wall. So they have to fight with the already established bacteria, might be it's a pathogen. So they have to fight with those pathogens, and they have to occupy their place, and then they can grow and produce different metabolites, and they will help you in the digestions. And then when they will produce different metabolites, you will get the antimicrobial activity, they will give you the immunity, and genetic stability is another important part, because nowadays people are saying that antibiotic resistance is very important part. So they should not very easily, they should not accept the horizontal gene transfer, means those pathogens who are already showing different kind of antibiotic resistance. So their genes should not transfer to the lactic acid bacteria. So genetic stability is another important functions for the probiotics. And prevention of the pathogens, they have to fight, they have to produce some antimicrobial substances against those pathogens who are already occupied the intestinal wall, and they have to make them out from this place. They have to remove it, and the probiotic has to be there. And then stability during processing of foods, this is the technological part. When you will process a food, we heat the milk, we make them cool at 42 degrees Celsius, we packaged it. So we make different kinds of processing parameters, we follow it when we will make a good product. So your bacteria should survive during the processing also. So what are the major prerequisites for the probiotic? It should be non-pathogenic, non-toxic, and non-allergic, and it should be capable of surviving and metabolizing in the upper GI tract, gastrointestinal tract, and they should be resistant to low pH organic acids, bile juices, saliva, and gastric acids. It should be human in origin, genetically stable, and capable of remaining viable for long periods in the field conditions. And it should be able to modulate immune response and provide resistance to disease through improved immunity or by production of the antimicrobial substance in the guts. I have already explained these things are being written again, that what are the prerequisites to be called as a probiotic. And it also should have a good adhesion and colonization to the human intestinal tract and influence the gut mucosal permeability, as I discussed during how you will get the immunity through probiotics and the metabolites, which will pass through your intestinal epithelial cell line and initiate the different immune processing biochemical reactions cellular level. So it should be antagonistic against the carcinogenic and pathogenic organisms, and it should possess clinical proven health benefits. That is very important from the regulatory point of view, that if you say it's a probiotics, you should go through a clinical trials. And during this clinical trial, you have to prove that the bacteria is giving best results. Then only you can commercially sell it, or your product could be called as a probiotic product. So your health claims should be validated through the clinical trials. It should have a technological properties for commercial viability, such as stability of desired characteristics during processing, storage, and transportation, which I already told that as you are delivering the bacteria through foods. So these are the processing, storage, and transportation possible, because most of the foods will pass through these processing parameters, and your bacteria should survive and should be active. So as I was telling that the ICMR and DBT, they have given a very good guidelines that how will you select the probiotics and what would be the criteria to select. As I have already told you that these are the tests you have to follow. So they have said the strain identification, then functional characterization, then this is very important, the safety assessment, in vitro or animal phase 1, they call it animal phase 1. Then efficacy means you have to take the trial on the human, and you have to prove it that bacteria is giving the best results. And then phase 3, this is called effective assessment, that you can compare with the standard treatment, so that you can say that my product or my bacteria is giving at par with the drug. So that kind of flow diagram they have already formulated, and they have published it, and it is now a standard for us who are doing research in India. So this is the guideline for us. So what are the probiotics status in the current scenario? The subject of intense medical research, the source of multi-billion-dollar global industry, and the NIH funded human microbiome project is already initiated. I think 2 projects they have already completed. And today over 60% of functional food products are directed towards the digestive health with probiotics, and probiotic science constantly evolving. As I already told that people are linking your gut with brain. And what are the probiotic products are available in the market? All of you know that the Amul, Nestle, Amul, Nestle, Mother Dairy, they already selling this kind of product, even Yakult, Danone. So these probiotic products already available in the market for different target sites, because the probiotic bacteria, some of the probiotics are being designed to the gastrointestinal improvement. Some of the mouth care, means oral care products are already available, where the tablets or capsule is there. Even some ointments or ointments is there, where you can use for different infections of urogenital or reproductive. And even people are working on the SMT, skin microbiota transplantations. So they are transplanting entire skin bacteria from a very healthy peoples. They are taking the microflora from the healthy people's skin, and they are transferring to the skin which are mostly infected with some pathogens, and getting good results. So you can imagine the application of the probiotics nowadays. So US FDA has already recommended some probiotic strains, and their sources L. lactobacillus acidophilus, the Danisco is there. They are selling this lactobacillus acidophilus NCFM, Bifidobacterium infantis by Procter and Gamble, Lactobacillus fermentum from Probiomics Australia, Lactobacillus rhamnosa, Lactobacillus acidophilus from Institut Rossel, Canada, Lactobacillus acidophilus. So these are the very well-known probiotics and marketed by most of the most of the companies, but all are from outside of our country. This is the scope of us, that we can isolate, we can purify, we can make a very good noble probiotic strain, and that can be sold in our country. Because till date, what are the probiotic products available in the market? All bacteria are from outside the country, mostly in Amul or Mother Dairy or Nestle, mostly Amul and Mother Dairy. They are taking the cultures from Christian Hansen's. Okay, so you see that they are taking a lot of money day by day from our country. So this is the scope of a probiotics to do a good business. There are others bacterial strains are there where US FDA has given the permissions. Now the probiotics bacteria which basically we have already said, previously discussed. Now, again, there is a recent, this is the recent change of name of the nomenclature of the lactic acid bacteria. It is published in just 2 months back in International Journal of System Evolution Microbiology. They changes the genus genus name. They have kept the species as usual. If you say the current name is Lactobacillus casei, but the new name is lactic casei bacillus casei. So they have categorized the lactic acid bacteria into one genus because of their closely relatedness in their genome structure. So for working in a good properties, for techno-functional properties, they have classified it, and it is just 2 months back they have changed the entire genus of those lactic acid bacteria. So probiotic foods as a immune boosters, there are a lot of studies are there, but I have taken 4-5 to make you informed that really these probiotics are doing a wonderful job to keeping your immunity high. A Cochrane review of 12 studies involving 3,720 participants, they showed that the probiotics can help in preventing the upper respiratory tract infections in all age groups. So you see that in coronavirus, mostly they are infecting 2 places, upper respiratory tracts and the lungs. So these kind of studies, they have given probiotics and they got a good results by preventing the upper respiratory tract infections, and it is being published in Cochrane Diabetes System Reviews in 2015. Another studies in 2020, very recently, they found it that the immunity against viral infections, with a special emphasis on COVID-19, they have 43 studies shows the positive role of nutrients, probiotics in enhancing immunity. It is also published in Diabetes Metabolism and Syndrome. And another study is published in European Journal Nutrition in 2017. They said the daily intake of fermented milk with Lactobacillus casei strain Serota, that reduces the incidence and duration of upper respiratory tract infection in healthy middle-aged office workers. So they have started, these are all clinical studies with the intervention of the probiotics, and they have got very good results against these respiratory infections. Another study 1 year back, it is published in Food and Health. They said that after giving the fermented milk, they said that there is number of days fever detection and duration of fever with continuous intake of fermented milk. So fermented milk is providing extra immunity to those people who are usually suffer from fever and other kind of, and also they have reduced the duration of fever. It may be more than 15 days, now it is 5 days or 6 days. So your bacteria is giving more immunity to those people who are suffering from different kinds of disease. Even probiotics are being used for different kinds of diseases. You can see here that infant diarrhea, the 2 bacteria, one is the Lactobacillus rhamnosus GG and another one is the Lactobacillus casei. These 2 bacteria can be used for the prevention or for the management of the infant diarrhea. Even BSL-3 powder, this is a combination of 15 bacteria, 8 strain combination of 3 bifidobacterium, 4 lactobacillus and 1 S thermophilus. So there are 13 bacteria in a consortia in the form of consortia. They are giving those who are suffering from inflammatory bowel disease, IBD. Even some antibiotic associated diarrhea caused by Clostridium difficile, they are giving a yeast, Saccharomyces boulardii. This is a probiotic yeast in the form of powder. They are giving to the patients. Even they are giving Lactobacillus rhamnosus, Lactobacillus casei. And if someone has the dysbiosis problem, means they have a problem for their gut flora is getting disturbed, so they give Bifidobacteria animalis to restore their native flora. And if anybody wants to keep their microflora healthy, so they can take the product in the form of Yakult yogurt. Those are rich with some Lactobacillus reiteri, Lactobacillus casei, Serota, and they will give you the very good health. Allergic, or if you have some allergic problem, you can take the Lactobacillus rhamnosus. If you have a lactose intolerance problem, immunocompromised problem. So these are the bacteria, and all the products, they have taken clinical trial, and they found that these are giving very good results against them. I can share one story. I just attended on just February 2020 in Delhi. one fellow from Japan, he is in Yakult. He presented that somebody who are suffering from IBD, intestinal bowel disease, they said that the medicine does not work at all. So what we did at last, that we supplemented the fecal microbiota, FMT, fecal microbiota transplantation. We have taken the fecal samples from the healthy peoples, and through nasal passage we have injected those good fecal bacteria to the intestine, and they are getting responded slowly. So you see the power of the bacteria, what the medicine cannot do it. And now this is a very important part, that how much we should consume, what would be the dose of a bacteria through the products. So even in India, I will discuss that what would be the dose for Indian context. So mostly all over the world, they said that the count should be more than 10 to the power 8 CFU per day. So they already decided it. But in Indian context, I will say that what the FSSI says. So you have already having the experience of the probiotics and their gut systems, how they are giving different kinds of benefits. Now the business potential of the probiotics. Probiotic industry in India growing at the rate of 22% against 12% growth rate of the globally, and nutraceutical market in India growing at the rate of 21%. And India has less than 1% share, but has been growing much faster than the global rate last 3 years. Currently, if you see the total values of the market, 44 billion Indian rupees, and but could be worth more than 95 billion in the next 4 years they are expecting. So latent market in India is in between 89 billion to 172 billion in Indian rupees. So you see there, I have given a one kind of graphical presentation that how this probiotic market is predominant, not probiotic, the dairy based market is inhibiting or compared to other foods. So you see the dairy based foods are predominating to other foods market, even it is a cereal based beverages, meat, fish, eggs, soya products, or other food markets. So dairy based products are all, even though the data is quite old, 2012, but if you see nowadays, you can see the same kind of graph, that dairy and food, the fermented foods are always predominating in the basket of the consumers. Dairy products as a probiotic vehicle. Now we are a dairy technologist, and basically we are working on fermented milks. So we have started and we have experienced that the delivery material for a probiotic milk and milk products is the best one. So healthy image of the fermented dairy foods, variety and novelty is there, because people are exploring different kinds of fermented milks, and they are experiencing good. So ability of the dairy food matrix to provide protection to the probiotics during their gastrointestinal tract. Milk and milk products are very nutritious, all of we know, because we usually consume all these things daily. Gel structure in yogurt that help the bacteria, and they support the bacteria to when they pass through the GI tract, they give some kind of protections. And demand for dairy products is estimated to reach $32 billion in 2018, and they are expecting it will be more in the coming years. And compound annual growth rate is 6.8% from 2013 to 2018. And functional, if we talk about the functional food market in India, we have said that India nowadays India in the 12th largest currently 12 India is in the 12th positions, but 2025 we can expect that will be in the 5th positions. India will be the 5th largest consumer market in the world by 2025. So functional food in Indian market, basically why it is so, lot of foods are coming in the stores. They are gluten free, because some people have the problem varieties foods are there, juices are there. Some soy based products are now coming in the so there's so many varieties of functional foods are there, and people are consuming it. But if you particularly think about the probiotic market in India, the domestic probiotic market, which is comparatively nascent now, valued at $12 million in 2011, even though, but the growth is quite high. The growing at the rate of 11% by 2016 it was, but I think it is now nearer to 15%. So nutraceutical market in India, As per Frost and Sullivan, who basically did this kind of surveys, they said that the market earned revenues of 1480 US dollar in million US dollar in 2011, and they think that that could grow up to 2731 million US dollar in 2016 at the rate of 13%. And global nutritional market in 2011 was estimated to be 149.5 billion US dollar, with US, Europe, and Japan being the largest regional market and accounting for the 93% of the global demand. So you can see that the importance and the growth in the coming years of the probiotic market or the functional food markets. So what are the probiotic products are available in India? Probiotic card is produced by Heritage Foods. B Active probiotic card also produced by Mother Dairy. Nasvita produce, this is another probiotic yogurt is produced by Nestle. Probiotic ice cream, Amul Pro Life, Prolite, Amul Sugar Free. So there are so many probiotic products that are available in your nearby Amul stores or the Mother Dairy stores or Nestle. So they are selling a lot of products, and you can enjoy all these products. And nowadays, the pharma companies like Ranbaxy, Dr. Reddy's Laboratory, Zydus, Unichem, GlaxoSmithKline, they are also selling the probiotics as a form of tablet or in sachets as a powder form, and they are basically they have formulated the consortia of a probiotics, means they have given you at least 10-15 strains in the form of powder, and they will reach your gut system. So these are the pictures of probiotic products available in Indian market, and they are selling by most major players like Amul, Nestle, Mother Dairy, Yakult, Danone. So I was just giving the regulatory of the outside of their country, but if you think of the FSSAI, which is Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, they also said that the count should be more than 10 to the power 8 CFU per gram, and they said that the food with live microorganisms beneficial to human health, which when ingested in adequate numbers as a single strain or as a combination of cultures, confer one or more specified or demonstrated health benefits in the human beings. So they are very clear about the definition of the probiotics. You can't change them because each and every words which are being written here, they have a very good importance. So they have formulated the definitions in a very elaborated way so that people, without doing any kind of test, they cannot claim it's a probiotic. So what are the market prospects in coming future in the India? Because we know that in our country, the youth population is increasing, and there is a growing interest in healthcare because most of the people are very much concerned about their health, and increase the disposable incomes also, and need for preventive medicines, because a lot of people, they consume a lot of kind of some medicines for the management of different metabolic syndrome diseases. So these probiotics will help you to preventing this kind of disease. So I have already told that I am from SMC College of Dairy Science and working in Dairy Microbiology department, and last 3 decades we are working on probiotics. So what are the probiotics products we have developed, and what are the cultures or the probiotic bacteria we have isolated? I will just take you to these works. We are working on indigenously isolated lactic acid bacteria and evaluating their probiotic potentials. Then we have developed different kinds of formulation of the products. We have produced curd, we have produced lassi, we have produced the tablets, and we have also made some the ointments by enriching with our lactic acid bacteria. So mostly our product development objective is to concentrate on viability and stability of the probiotic cultures. Product must have excellent sensory attributes. Shelf life should be as high as possible. So these are the 3 things you have to consider when you are formulating a product for the consumers. So we have a natural set kind of product like dahi. We have a starch product like lassi. We have a beverage like buttermilk, and we have also developed the popular product like raita by mixing with other materials like, you can say, cereals or fruits. And we have also a dried formulation like tablets or powders. So these are our varieties of products which are being formulated by enriching with the probiotics. So these are the 4 cultures we have established, and we have characterized, we have done the clinical trials, and we have deposited in the MTCC, microbial type culture collection, and we have done the international patent, IDA patent under Budapest Treaty. So these are the cultures available with us. If anyone interested, we're ready to give them, or we're ready to sell them. These are the products I already discussed, but what we exactly look into the probiotics, we isolate, we identify, characterize, and then we deposit to the depository of our country. It might be a MTCC or it is the NCDC, and then we formulate different products to deliver these probiotics, and also we develop the technology for a particular product, and then we evaluate their therapeutic benefits, that these products will give this kind of health benefits through clinical trials. So these are our product portfolio. We have developed symbiotic dahi, symbiotic raita, symbiotic lassi, whey drinks, herbal probiotic lassi, then protein rich lassi, carbonated milk whey, acidophilus banana powder, acidophilus sweet malt powder, milk, rice probiotic food. So these are, even when we have already developed other products also, but I have not included here. Recently, we have launched one milk oat based probiotic lassi with a, and we have transferred this technology to Hildur Functional Foods Private Limited, and they will launch this product soon the market. And we have also done a metagenomic and clinical investigation of symbiotic fermented dairy products containing Lactobacillus helveticus against the geriatric volunteers. And this project was funded by the DBT. These are the objectives for this project. I'm not going to details, but we have got very good results by this lassi which we formulated, and we have taken trial by collaborating with hospitals nearer to our place, Karamsad hospitals, and we have done this trial on the geriatric volunteers. So these are the results of those studies. We are also working on the bioactive peptides production from different milk species. It may be a camel milk, goat milk, cow milk, or soya milk. And we are characterizing different functional attributes like ACE inhibitory activity, antioxidant activity, anti-diabetic activities. And we have identified different peptides, or the sequence of the peptides also being submitted in the NCBI as our own indigenously isolated peptides. And these peptides are giving very good results against different activities. We have also formulated cosmetic products by Lactobacillus helveticus MTCC 5463. It is basically we have done this work against the Staphylococcus aureus and Staphylococcus epidermidis and Propionibacterium acnes. So those who are having the problem of acne in their skin, so these kind of ointments can be worked for them. So, but we have not taken the clinical trial. It is a very basic basic means we have done only the in vitro studies. So we have checked the tyrosinase enzyme inhibition, copper chelating ability to determine the ability for skin lightening, and different face creams were formulated using these probiotic cultures. So we have got very good results against these in vitro tests by using these bacteria against these pathogens who cause acne in the skin. We have also worked on some vaginal problems because there are a lot of infections occurs in the vagina. So we have supplemented supplemented lactic acid bacteria in some ointments, because in the vagina pH is a very important parameters to control the entire microflora in the vagina. So we have one of our PhD students, she worked on these projects, evaluation of potential probiotic lactobacilli for the treatment of bacterial vaginosis, and we have done the in vitro studies, and after that we have done the safety test on the animal model. So these are the antibiotics we have taken against these bacteria, and basically clindamycin, clotrimazole, metronidazole, and fluconazole. So these are the antibiotics have been taken against these pathogens like Gardnerella, which are very prominent to cause the infection in the vagina. And we have done different tests against the H2 production, arginine, deaminase activity, hydrophobicity, and lactic acid productions, and we got very good results against those pathogens. So I'm not going to details in the what we have done, because we are working on it for patenting this product. So this is the cream we have developed for the against the bacterial vaginosis by comparing with the available market product. So these are the creams we have developed by supplementing our probiotics. And lastly, we have done the safety tests on this animal and proved it that there is no any kind of toxicity by intervening these ointment. So this is the conclusion of the studies, that the cream which have produce. This is containing 37% stearic acid and 0.6% potassium hydroxide, and these cultures MTCC 506, and that is giving very good results against Giardia vaginosis, because this organism cause the vaginosis. Other products we have already developed here. This is the to maintain the oral hygiene. We have made some kind of toothpaste by supplementing these lactic acid bacteria. We have also working on the anti-diabetic activity of fermented milk containing fingered millet. We are also working on the oxalate degrading, means kidney stones. We are mitigating the kidney stones by intervening with the lactic acid bacteria. So our product portfolio is quite, we are working most of the areas where we can explore our bacteria to prevent the diseases basically people are facing nowadays by intervening with the probiotics. So I am just coming to the end of our sessions, that what are the and how they will discover the potent novel strains with specific physiological benefits. So the bacteria develop novel strain. Novel strain means those strains which are not being available nowadays, and they have some specific physiological benefits, means they will work better in anti-diabetic, or they will better against the anti-cancer. So we have to work in a very extensive way to find out those strains. Then scientific validation of the probiotic product with particular health claims in Indian population through claim trials. So what I যেটা আমি এখানে বলতে চাইছি যে কোনো প্রোডাক্ট প্রোবায়োটিক প্রোডাক্ট মাস্ট হ্যাভ দি সায়েন্টিফিক ভ্যালিডেশন। আমাদের মানে চরম মানে প্রচন্ড রিসার্চের দরকার, কোনো ক্লিনিক্যাল ট্রায়াল দরকার ইন্ডিয়ান পপুলেশনের উপরে। এরকম নয় যে দ্য প্রোডাক্ট হুইচ আর ভেরি মাচ পপুলার ইন আউটসাইড দ্য কান্ট্রি অ্যান্ড উই আর কনজিউমিং those products and we say that we'll get the benefit. No, because their GI tract system is totally different from us, their food habit, their lifestyle is totally different. So their microflora composition is also different. So here we should আমাদের উচিত যে কোনো প্রোবায়োটিক প্রোডাক্টের ট্রায়াল ইন্ডিয়ান পপুলেশনের উপরে হওয়া উচিত, so that we can validate, we can say that আমাদের লোকের কাছে যেরকম অ্যাক্টিভিটি এবং এটা পাওয়া যাচ্ছে ওটা ওখানকার লোকের করে খুব বেশি লাভ হতো না। Use of indigenous probiotic strain and establishing efficacy in different food formulations. So যখন আমরা ডিফারেন্ট অনেকগুলো প্রোডাক্ট ফর্মুলেট করছি তখন হচ্ছে প্রোবায়োটিক স্ট্রেন গুলোকে যে ইন্ডিজিনাস যেগুলো আমরা এখানে আইসোলেট করেছি, ক্যারেক্টারাইজ করেছি, এবং সেগুলো দিয়ে আমরা যখন প্রোডাক্ট বানাচ্ছি সেই প্রোডাক্টের হচ্ছে সিগনিফিকেন্স অনেক হাই। And then exploits used in health. I have already told you microbiota transplantation, and SMT is the skin microbiota transplantation. Fecal microbiota, I have told that যাদের হচ্ছে IBD আছে, IBD means intestinal bowel disease, and I have already shared one story that one people from Japan, he just conducted one experiment in his hospital. তার হসপিটালে সে একটা ট্রায়াল করেছিল এবং সে দেখেছে যে আইবিডি একদম লাস্ট স্টেজে যে পেশেন্টকে মেডিসিন দিচ্ছে সে পেশেন্ট কোনো রেসপন্স করছে না। Means if your medicine doesn't, means your system, your health is not responding against the medicines, means you can't do anything. But what they did ultimately, তারা কি করলো লাস্টে একজন হেলদি পিপলস যার আইবিডি নেই, and he is very he's leading a very healthy life. So ওর ফিকাল ম্যাটারটা নিয়ে নাকের যে ন্যাসাল প্যাসেজ আছে ওটা দিয়ে they injected into the intestine, এবং ওই ব্যাকটেরিয়া ওখানে গিয়ে কলোনাইজ হওয়ার পর they are giving good results. So but slowly, it's not that in medicines you will get immediately, you will get the good response, but here it will take some time. But he said that after doing this kind of transplantation with this probiotic bacteria and good healthy bacteria, we are getting very good results. So there is a good exposure of the probiotics in different fields, and creating and maintaining cold chain and appropriate distribution channels and storage facilities are a must for successful marketing of the probiotic functional foods. You see here that any kind of fermented foods or fermented milk products, যে কোনো fermented product এবং fermented milk product যেমন দহি, মিষ্টি দই, always we keep in fridge. আমরা always ঘরে যখন দুধ বা এগুলো নিয়ে আসি কোথায় রাখি? ফ্রিজে রাখি। কেন ফ্রিজে রাখি? কেন কি এর মধ্যে ব্যাকটেরিয়া আছে। If you keep in the room temperature, যদি আমরা এটা ঘরের রুম টেম্পারেচারের মধ্যে রাখি তাহলে কি হবে? The bacteria will grow. Bacteria will grow means the other uncontrolled bacteria may be present in the foods, they will spoil it. So to make them active and sorry, and your product should be in the proper condition, you have to maintain a cold chain for the proper storage of the product. So it is the concluding and final last slide of my session. This is our team, it is our department, and you see here all our JRF, SRF, PhD master students, they are working here, and and they are doing this kind of works which I have already explained and shown to you. Lastly, I will give you one take home message, that if you are happy today, you must give thanks to your gut, because your gut, I have already told that your gut is controlling everything. So if your gut is maintained well, I don't think so you will have any kind of problems. So lastly, I will thanks to all of you, because you have patiently listened me. I don't know what I have given through this presentation, but I am really thankful to all of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Your lecture was extremely informative. It was very illuminating. And I think we all of us, we are really benefited through this, through our first session lecture series. And I now hand over this session to Dr. Debashrata Poddar. Dr. Debashrata, I think we have a few more questions in the chat box. You can please take up the questions, or if any of the participants are interested to ask anything to Dr. Subrata Hathi, they can definitely.
Okay, thank you, madam. So I would really like to thank Dr. Hathi, and I know today morning he had a webinar session, so it's a tiring day for him. So I think I really thank from all the teachers and all the faculty of Belda College. And before concluding, I won't take much of his time, but I want to ask some questions that has come up in the YouTube one. Mr. Shukalpade, he asked that what are the probiotic products that are available in India? Because as you are suggesting that probiotics are very good and they have some health benefit in COVID-19. So can you name some of the products that are commercially available? And,
Yes. Yes, I have already shown in my slides that Nestle, Mother Dairy, Amul, they are selling lot of fermented milk products which are containing or enriched with the probiotics like Proactive, Be Active, NutriFit. These are products available. Even Yakult is available everywhere, I think. And these products you can consume, and in India it is available, because I am the consumers who are taking Yakult every day.
Okay, probably they are not available in the village side, but probably they are mostly the marketing part, it has not been done. And one point that you have raised, I really like that one, that most of the probiotics that are available in India are mostly from foreign, they are of foreign origin.
The origin from outside the country.
Yeah, outside. And my question is, as our Prime Minister Modi ji, he is asking about Atmanirbhar Bharat. So probably there should be a policy where the government should look into promoting this probiotic products which are isolated and characterized in India, and make a policy that we won't import anything like they are doing for the Chinese and other products. So probably there would be a day where I think your research and other things that you are carrying over there will be very much useful for Indian population. Thank you. I do not know where is there any other questions.
There are other questions in the chat box.
Okay, can you please ask, madam? I'm not able to get these questions.
Okay, I understand. Thank you. This is from Dr. Otonu Jana. Dr. Jana has asked, has any researcher studied the impact of delivering probiotic in fermented food to person afflicted with COVID-19 and studied the immune impact in them?
No, I did not come across this kind of studies that directly giving a probiotic products for a COVID patients. But in the very beginning, I have shared one or two studies that the Chinese scientists they have observed those who are suffering from coronavirus or COVID-19. Their natural flora is getting disturbed. Means dysbiosis was there, and they have started the metagenome of fecal samples, and they means the composition analysis they done in the fecal samples, and they found it that the good bacteria is getting down. So what they did, they supplemented them with probiotics, and they said that again this biosis is getting lesser and natural flora is getting restored. But directly, if you ask me that if I take probiotics or fermented milks and this with probiotics and given to the COVID-19, I don't think so there is any study, because you see the COVID-19 is a very recent one, and definitely people may do it, but now if without giving medicine, if you say that you take my products, it is a very good product, and I don't think so everybody means the patient will not be able to in a position to take that. They said you give me the medicine first. Okay, so till now there is no any kind of studies.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Lipikadi, you cannot be heard. No, you
I
are.
think your computer audio is off.
I think so. Somehow the computer
Yeah.
audio got.
Mera?
Because over here you are.
My
Yes, sir.
audio?
Yes,
You-
sir.
Yours is okay.
You are audible, sir.
Yeah.
Dr. Lipika Mondal is not audible. No, Lipika Di. No. You cannot be heard. Just 1 minute.
Please reconnect again. I think Lipika Di, you can just do one thing. You please reconnect again.
Or see me
And-
right in the chat box. And then
And
you-
in
2
the
minutes.
meantime, if any of our participants, if you do have any question, you can please unmute yourself and then put forward your question in any language, in either in Bengali or in
yes,
English.
yes.
আমাদের স্টুডেন্ট যদি কেউ থাকো, আমাদের কলেজের
হ্যাঁ,
স্টুডেন্টসদের
নিশ্চয়ই।
উদ্দেশ্যে
বাংলাতে,
বলছি,
হুম।
তোমরা যদি কেউ থাকো, তোমাদের কোনো জিজ্ঞাসা থাকলে তোমরা প্লিজ স্যারকে কোয়েশ্চেন করতে পারো।
ইন বেঙ্গলি মানে বাংলাতে তুমি আরামসে জিজ্ঞেস করতে পারো, কোনো অসুবিধা
হ্যাঁ
নেই।
হ্যাঁ, জিজ্ঞেস করতে পারো।
হুম।
এসপি চক্রবর্তী, আপনি কি আছেন? আপনি একটু আনমিউট করতে পারবেন? একটু আনমিউট করতে পারবেন আপনি একটু? আচ্ছা, উনি জিজ্ঞাসা করছেন কি whether honey has any role for boosting immunity.
But honey has a role because honey contains a lot of prebiotics, and also honey has an antibacterial activity. But and honey also we have started, but here I have not shared with you. We have started the honey-based lassi, and we have found good results. And honey doesn't inhibit up to 4%. If you go more than that, then there is a problem. But up to 4%, you can supplement your product with the honey, and you will get the good benefits, because honey has a lot of benefits compared to your sugar and other things. So honey has a, but directly immunity, I don't have any idea, but it has a lot of benefits.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Lipika Di, can you speak once? Oh, no, you cannot be heard. Lipika Di, can you please disconnect and reconnect once again? We are there. Sir, many participants are actually requesting you to share the PPT.
I have to submit to you.
Yeah,
Sir, is it
yes.
possible from your side?
I have to check it and then I can share.
Okay, no
Okay.
problem. You can,
Yes,
you
sir.
can take your time, and
Yeah.
then you can do the modifications or corrections whatever is
Yeah.
required. And then if
Exactly.
you can send to us, then we will send it to the participants.
Okay. I will check it and then I will share with you.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Dr. Lipika Mondal is rejoining us again.
Please
But
unmute.
her mic is
Please unmute. Please
it was
unmute.
mute.
No,
You cannot
you-
be heard.
The computer audio, I think it is not turned on. Please turn on your computer audio.
You can write on chat box, then you can read it.
Exactly. No, actually, Dr. Lipika Mondal is one of our coordinators. So, like, she will
Okay.
be
Okay.
formally closing the program. That is why we're just
Okay.
waiting for 1 minute.
আচ্ছা।
I would request the participants, if they have any questions from their side, they can unmute themselves and ask question too.
Okay, I think there are no more questions.
Exactly.
So I'll request Dr. Shahari Chaudhary to please wind up the session, and with the permission of Dr. Lipika Mondal only, I'm requesting you, you can just find out the session.
Okay, thank you, Sritamadi. Thank you, Dr. Shubroto Hati. It has been a wonderful lecture because your lecture has not only made us aware the importance of the gut and the various bacteria that play an important role in healthifying our gut and as a whole our immune system, but it has also made us aware about the different products that will supplement to enhance our immune system. Thank you so much, because it is very much needed in this time of crisis. And I think even beyond the crisis, we can also always concentrate in healthifying. Exactly, sir. Healthifying our immune system, because it will help us to battle and tackle all the other immuno-related problem that we face in our daily life.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. I would like to formally thank you, and thank you to our Chief Patron, Dr. Manavendra Mondol, Principal, Belda College, and our coordinator of this webinar lecture series, Dr. Oshit Panda, Coordinator IQSC, Dr. Lipika Mondol, our respected member IQSC, Dr. Shritama Misra, Department of Assistant Professor, Department of Philosophy, as well as Dr. Devostotro Poddar, Department of Physio Nutrition, Belda College. Thank you so much. We are honored to have you, and we hope that we are going to have you in future as well with us.
Okay, thank you all. Bye. See you.
Thank you. Thank you.